Tyreek Hill injury update. Dolphins stud on pace for Week 1 versus Colts amid trade speculation. One of the most critical seasons in the recent history of the Miami Dolphins is staring them right in the face. Head coach Mike McDaniel is on the hot seat to start 2025 as the 2024 season, which saw the team go 6-11, ticked off fans and ownership. But as the team gears up for its opener Sunday against the Indianapolis Colts, the focus is on their most dynamic playmaker, Tyreek Hill. And here's the good news for Miami fans. It seems that Cheetah will be ready to roll for Week 1. Hill trending in right direction to play, despite injury fears. After sitting out nearly 3 weeks of practice with an oblique injury, Hill returned to the field on Thursday in a light practice. All-Pro wideout took part in drills, and head coach Mike McDaniel said following practice that Hill looks great despite a month away from the field, per ESPN's Marcel Lewis-Jacques. The Dolphins' medical staff has played it safe with Hill during the preseason, making certain that his injury does not rear up and cost him to miss games when it counts for real. With Hill's game-changing speed and transformative capabilities for the Miami offense, this has been the #1 priority. Now all signs are Hill is good to go against the Colts, a huge lift for the Dolphins offense as they hope to start 2025 season off on the right foot. Hill is not the only player on the injury report. Running back Jalen Wright recently had a small procedure on his lower leg that will keep him out for roughly a month. Wright had shined in glimpses during training camp, and his absence will leave the Dolphins with a little less depth in the backfield going into the opening weeks of the season. The Dolphins did get some good news on defense, on the other hand. Safety Ashton Davis returned to practice on Thursday, providing depth for the defensive backfield. Read now, GPA, the trenches Tyreek Hill loves. Ball. Although Hill coming back is the big story, his return is coming up in a completely different conversation, trade talk. Rumors had buzzed all offseason that Miami might look to part ways with its star receiver. The Dolphins have since vehemently denied such whispers. However, ESPN's Jeremy Fowler recently reported that multiple NFL teams continue to monitor Hill's situation and still have eyes on Miami. I've spoken with a couple of teams that are at least monitoring his future to some degree, Fowler said on SportsCenter. Is he a trade option? And I know the Dolphins were telling teams early this summer, no, we're not trading Tyreek Hill. But they are left to wonder, is he going to be available? It could be wishful thinking. For now, the Dolphins seem fully invested in Hill as a focal point of their offense. But if the team stumbles out of the gate, don't be shocked if his name also surfaces once again in trade rumors by this season's mid-season trade deadline. Tyreek Hill will take the field when the Dolphins open the 2025 season against the Colts, a welcome development for McDaniel, quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, and the rest of the Miami fanbase. Regardless, with the make-or-break level of pressure that now underlies this season, every game will be of increased emphasis this year. If the Heat comes out the gate on fire, Hill will continue to be their best asset. Any stumbles, and the trade banter will get hot again. Dolphins fans, do you think Miami should hang on to Hill at all costs, or would you trade him if the season starts to circle the drain? Comment with your thoughts and predictions for Week 1 below.